So this will be the first video for your semester of 285, whatever semester that may be. We're going to start off with making a new entity. So I'm going to make one. I'm just going to call it product. And all you do is you just right click and you add class interface, right? So we'll start and we'll just say, everything like we went over needs to have public and ID get set. Oop, that is wrong. Get set. Cool. We'll also say a product has to have public string name, maybe a description, and lastly we'll say a price. That's good enough to start off for now. So there's one done. Except we need to also entity type configuration. We're going to do for that, and this is all this does is it makes this class an actual DB context entity. So if we go data, you see our data context. I call it DB context sometimes, whatever. And we'll just do public class product entity type configuration implements entity type configuration of type product. And then we will make that. And we will say public void configure. And it's going to autofill all that stuff for you. And then we'll just say builder.toTable products. That's good enough. So there we go. So now this registers this class with our data context through an entity type configuration. It's kind of magic, but just trust me, right? So there's one thing done. We have our entity. Now we'll probably also want to have product get DTO, and we'll just say it has the same things. And we'll also say maybe we need a product create DTO, and these don't need an ID. And one more time we will say do an update DTO. Cool, so there's our entity. And now if we want to do anything with this, let's go ahead. We'll go into our controllers and we'll go ahead and add a new one, and we'll call this products controller. Perfect. And then first thing you need is everything implements controller base. So I'll do that. Just import missing references wherever it needs to be. And then we will say CTOR makes a constructor. And we're going to need the data context. Cool. Go ahead and add that missing type. And we will data context. Perfect. And last thing, we just come in here and we say equals data context. Boom, done, easy. So I want to start off, and I'm just going to make a very basic HTTP GET. And this is just going to get all the products in our database, right? So step one, everything returns action result. And we'll just call this function getAll. Now we don't need to pass anything into this function. We don't need to pass anything in here because you're just getting everything. You don't need to know anything about it, just that you're getting all products, right? So we'll say var response equals underscore data context dot set of product dot to list. Now, there's an issue with this. Bonus points if you know what it is already, but we don't want to return a whole list of products. What we'll do, select and we'll do new product get DTO, and we'll just do ID equals product dot ID name, product.name, description, description, and price, price. Perfect. So now we're returning our get DTOs, and I missed a step here actually. We'll do var response. So I'm going to change this to data equals new response. Perfect. And we'll do response.data equals data. Return OK response. So what this is doing is A, we're doing a response. B, we're going to go to our data context, look at our products, and on each of those products, we're going to map that to a product get DTO. Then we're going to call .toList on that because you don't get any data from anything until you call .toList. And then we just say response.data is data and return OK. Perfect, easy enough. Save that. And we'll do HTTP post. And we'll call this our public action results create. Now in this one we actually need to pass something in, so we'll say from body we take in product create DTO and call this create DTO. Oop, I did that already. So now what we're going to do is we'll do var response equals new response, and then we'll say var product to create equals new product, and then we'll say name equals create dot name, description create dot description, and that's not what I wanted to do. Price equals create DTO dot price. Perfect. So now we have created a product, and what we'll do next is we'll do data context dot set product dot add product to create. Perfect. So now we've added that to our list of things in the data context, but we have not yet saved that to the actual database. So what we need to do next is call data context dot save changes. Boom. So now that product is actually in our database. It has an ID. Everything's done, right? Because we don't need an ID on here because we know that, or we're creating one, right? And SQL will automatically assign IDs for us. So now we'll do var product to return is a new product get DTO, and we'll say ID equals product to create dot ID, name product to create dot name, description product to create dot description, and price product to create dot price. Perfect. And then we'll just do response dot data equals product to return, because we don't want to return an entity, we just want to return the get DTO, and we'll return created, and then we'll just do empty string and product response. Perfect. So now we have a get and a post. So these are the very basic, right? And I'm making these now to test it. I'll go more in depth in actual controller things like validation and update, delete, all that in the next following video. But right now I just want to test to make sure that my entities work. So I'm going to just run this. I hope that everything starts up properly. I didn't get any errors. So this is my other screen. Sorry about that. So we'll go to localhost 5001 /swagger, and then we don't see it. But I did something wrong. So what I need to do, I completely forgot these two things. And this will just be API /products. Cool. Now when I run it, it should work. So bring that back over here. Cool, so now we have products. So we'll try and create one. And we'll leave that and just do the price as 100. Got a 201, ID of 1, string, price 100. So now let's do our get all. try it out, execute, and you see we get everything back, right? So there's all the ones that we've created, simple as that. So there's quick intro into, or quick video on creating entities, right? This is the easy part. You got to make sure to make your DTOs though. We will use this one in the next video. And as far as this, you're just going to have to copy this and change this to whatever entity you want it to be, right? Doesn't matter what it is. It just specifies what class needs to be made into a database table. Then our controller for the get all. So you new up a response. You look at your data context, set of products, and you select a new product get DTO. Map all your stuff, boring as heck, to lists, response.data is data, and you return OK response. This just returns an HTTP 200. And then we go to our create, new up a response just like everything else. You map your create DTO that you pass in to a new product. You add that to the list or set of products. You save your changes, and then you map the actual entity you made, whatever it may be, in this case product. You map that to a new get DTO, ID included, and then you just say data is the thing to return, and you return created response. That's just HTTP 201 code, and we just return this so that they know thing happened, I got an ID for my thing, right? So yeah, that concludes video 1. Hopefully this is slightly useful. Hopefully I didn't go too fast, but if so, just watch it on 0.25 speed. I don't know. Next time we'll go over update and delete and maybe even some validation. So we'll have fun with that one.